that goes something like: a poor farmer grows weeds, a mediocre farmer grows crops, and the great farmer grows soil. Good soil is at the root of every garden. And in this video, I'm going to show you a low-cost way you can make soil at home without spending any money. Hi, I'm Christina with Forever Food Forest, a channel where we explore ways of growing food without the use of pesticides, herbicides, or commercial fertilizers. And instead, we rely on permaculture principles, such as creating symbiotic relationships in the garden inspired by nature to grow food that's good for the garden and good for the planet. Let's get into it. With these soil building methods that I'm about to show you, you will have beautiful, nutritious soil that you can use in your garden in as little as 3 months. I am here in the humble beginnings of my food forest. This is year 1, and my main goal for this year is to grow good soil. And to do that, I am taking inspiration from a forest, nature. It's the best teacher. So the way to think about this is, imagine a forest. It has a bunch of trees, and one of those trees falls. It starts to decompose, and all these natural organisms move in, and they break down the tree, release the nutrients, and then those nutrients are taken up by the plants around the tree, and the cycle continues, and so on and so forth. I didn't want to cut down any of these beautiful trees just to make soil, and plus a whole tree is going to take years to decompose. So instead, make sure it stays hydrated, and in about 3 months it's going to break down into beautiful humus-rich, nitrogen-rich soil. They're just some gateway methods into soil regeneration and building up your own soil. And granted, there are way more ways of doing this. These are just some beginner-friendly methods that you can start today. For me, building good soil is like an investment that keeps paying out for years to come. Once you establish these methods, it's not just about the nutrients, it's also about the microbiology of the soil. A teaspoon of soil has more microbes and microorganisms than there are people on Earth. That's really what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build a symbiotic relationship between plants and soil. So this is humus. It's the black stuff left over after decomposition. It provides plants with nutrients and improves soil texture and water retention. Nitrogen sources that you can add to your pile, you can use pretty much anything that's green: weeds, grass clippings, seaweed, seafood, weed fertilizer, kitchen scrap, emulsion if you have fish scraps, meat scraps. Just toss it all in there, mix it up, add some water, mix it all around, and that's it. Just leave it alone for the next 3 months. And another free resource that we can use to make or improve our soil also comes from the idea of a forest, and that's leaves. Once they're broken down, they can help soil retain water, and they also provide beneficial microbes in the form of fungi to help feed plant roots and vegetable roots. So how do you break down leaves into soil? It's super easy. You just collect your leaves or your neighbor's leaves, or if you find leaves in bags on the side of the road, you can also take those, just put them in the pile, stomp them down, and pray for rain. Wet leaves are going to break down a lot faster than dry leaves. And another thing that you can do if you don't want to put them in the pile and you kind of want to keep them out of sight is just collect them in bags. If you have some second use bags, plastic bags, you can use those. So right here I have my bags filled with leaves. So I'm just going to leave these here, open like this, wait for rain, hopefully tomorrow, and then once these are nice and soaked, we're going to seal them up. If you find some leaves that are already starting to mold and grow some kind of fungus on them, like this one, you can use that to inoculate your pile. Some people recommend shredding these. I don't believe in that. They're going to break down just fine whether you shred them or not. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but we got time, so now we're just going to wait for rain. And then we're going to tie it off, poke some holes for air so it can circulate. We'll just toss them behind the shed to age for about 6 to 9 months, maybe a year. We'll check in on them later.